That's a cute line. Call off Christmas?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, are there other memorable lines? Now, how do you do those lines with a serious face?
It's difficult, but, he doesn't have a great brain, the Sheriff of Nottingham, so...
Yeah. How did you feel when you first saw this movie? After it was totally complete, first time you...
Like this.
Really?
Well, making a film is like 3 or 4 months of your life, and then it gets reduced down to a couple of hours, and so you're sitting there and you're thinking, now they cut that, and they cut that, and they've left that in, and they've cut that, and they've cut that, and they've cut that.
Yeah, Louis said something very interesting when I asked him about the movie. He said, you were great. And I've read a lot of reviews where the reviewers, they politely say, Alan was great, Alan steals the movie. Does that create a certain kind of competitive thing that you may not want with Mr. Costner?
Well, if you were likely to get any sort of big... I've just been given this backstage, and this reduces anybody to size. This is the Sheriff of Nottingham doll that you can all... you can all go and buy this, and then it reduces my mortgage. But what's special about this, I think, is such a great likeness. I don't know what planet he was on, but it wasn't mine.
Let's find that later for me to take home. No, but does it create a competition that you'd rather not have exist?
Well, I mean, competition's the right word. I don't think acting's about that. If people enjoy your work, that's great, but I'm not in a race.
Yeah.
And Kevin's job in the film's completely different to mine. He has all the hard work to do. He's the one who's stuck out in rivers for 3 days on end. I'm just walking around a castle kicking doors down.
Yeah. Was this a difficult film to shoot?
Well, you see, when actors talk about making films being difficult, you kind of want to say compared to what? Like coal mining or unemployment or digging roads? Or, it's a pretty easy life. And although, as I say, Kevin was in a lot of water for 3 days on end, I was in the warm, in a castle with lots of pretend logs, having a lot of laughs. Yeah. So it wasn't that tricky for me.
As an actor who a lot of critics obviously respect, how is Kevin as Robin Hood? Because we've all seen the story, and it's a very tough shoe to fill.
Well, whose shoe?
Well, we have expectations because it's not a new story to us, and we know, say, for instance, many critics have talked about the accent. We have expectations.
The accent's completely irrelevant. The point is, if you took a time machine back to England, to the time when Robin Hood was around, the accent would probably be closer to an American accent than this.
Mm-hmm.
Much closer. Because the R's were rolled and all of that thing. So there's a kind of great big quilt of accents in that movie, and I think that's great. It's about the spirit of it. It's not about, let's find little faults that we can pick. It's not about that. Yeah. See, I think a lot of the time critics' jobs involve sitting in front of a film like this. They have a pen poised over a piece of paper. And actually, this is a film that you should watch like that with Coca-Cola and popcorn and the kids and just have a great time. And audiences, both screenings that I've been to, end up clapping, cheering, and having a wonderful time.
Yeah. Hey, you talked about stuff being cut out. What was cut out of this?
Well, lots of things are cut out. The thing is that we ended up with a 4-hour film. And I know that Kevin got away with it with Dances with Wolves. I think 4 hours is pushing it.
Yeah.
But I think somewhere down the line they might put out a 3.5 version on TV.
Anything that you really wanted to see that's not there?
Well, I do get to attempt to rape Maid Marian in the film. I say attempt because, again, foreplay is not his middle name, the Sheriff of Nottingham, so it's all over rather quickly. But it took a little longer in the shooting than it does in the film.
Yeah. Truly, Madly, Deeply is out there.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of experience was that? Are you happy with that?
Well, it was like the other side of the coin to Robin Hood, because that was a small film with a bunch of friends who'd all worked together a lot in England, and it was Anthony Minghella's first film. He directed it and wrote it, and so it was like friends coming together for 5 weeks and having a great time. It's a lovely film.
You got to sing?
Well, with a very small S, yeah. But I'm supposed to sing badly in it.
Yeah. With things like Die Hard and Robin Hood, I guess a project like that was a welcome project for you. Because we know you as kind of a bad guy in most things, right?
Yeah, it's a simple answer.
Yeah.
It was nice to smile. It was nice not to have to raise an eyebrow and snarl and all of those things. He's a really nice guy in the film. Unfortunately, the one problem is he's dead. So, soon maybe I'll get to be in a movie where I'm nice and I'm alive.
We'll look forward to that.
I hope so.
Thanks for stopping by. Congratulations, man. You got the #1 film in the country.
Thanks very much.
It's a pleasure. Alan Rickman.